Hi everyone, it's Maggie. Thank you for coming by to see what I'm doing today. I really appreciate it. I hope that you'll enjoy this video, and if you haven't subscribed, that you will consider subscribing. It's free and it would mean ever so much to me. If you've been here before, then welcome back, and if this is your first time, then I'm so happy to have you. Thank you. So today we're going to continue our work in the Paris journal. I'm going to install the pockets today, and if there's time, then we'll start maybe putting some things into the pockets. But for now, we're just going to try to get the pockets in. In the next video, I will do the cover part. I was going to do it off camera, but I decided, no, I might as well do it on camera and show you what I'm doing. I'm going to put some black lace down here, and I've got my topper pretty well planned out as to what I'm going to do. I've got my front and back pockets, of course. They're all ready to be used. I need to make a writing board. If I have time today, rather than just start loading the pockets, maybe we'll just make our writing board. But I'll see how it goes, okay? So let me pull out all the pockets that I've got here. I did make pockets. I've got a couple of the from the master board. These are the pieces that were left after the tags I made. So we'll be using those. I'm going to be using some of the pieces of ephemera that were in the fussy cut pack that I had purchased. And let's see, I just cut a belly band from some of the scrapbook paper from Cardabella. I think this is very cute. And actually I could use any side of it, but I think I'm going to use this side. So I think I'll have enough pockets, but if not, we'll see what we need to do to correct it. So, alrighty. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. And the first one I have up is the oh, I'm sorry, I got distracted by something. Is the belly band, and I like to kind of put my belly bands in the back for some reason, especially since I'm going to be probably putting something a little on the bulkier side in there. It seems, for me, it seems to work better that way, but I do want to round the corners on this. I'm not going to add any more embellishment to it. I may go in later and add a piece of lace or ribbon down the side, but for now I'm just going to get it glued in. Get it glued, corner rounded, and get it inked up a little bit, and then get it in the journal. So yeah, I'd already sewed the signature in before, off camera. I did that last night, and I'm so thankful that I did that because it was done and out of the way. Okay, so I think I'm just going to put this on this paper. I mean, this could really go with any color because it's got every color in it. But this does seem to be predominantly blue, so I think I'll go with the blue. I've tried to start this video several times today, but for one reason or another, it just didn't happen. I had a bad start to the day. I woke up and I believe it was an eyelash that was in my left eye, and it was causing so much irritation it hurt. So I had rinsed my eye. I had put like a warm compress on it. I had put eye drops in a few times, and I still was not getting any relief from it at all. You know, and it was so irritated. And I could only really, the first time I started the video, I could really only see out of one eye. Thank goodness it's my stronger eye. That gave me a headache, of course, because I was, you know, abusing that right eye. And anyway, I was a hot mess, I'll tell you, a very hot mess. I want this there, I don't know. And then I didn't realize that my son-in-law had a medical appointment today and was counting on me to watch the baby. And of course, I said yes, I would, of course. Why wouldn't I? She's my sweet grandbaby that I love to spend time with. And she was so sweet and so good. She may have had a little meltdown, but once her need was met, you know, she was as happy as she could be playing, and she fell asleep in my arms, and she woke up. When she heard her mother's voice come in, my daughter had to go see patients this morning, but when the little Missy heard her mama's voice, she woke up. She was groggy at first, but by the time her mom got upstairs, she was pretty much awake and just all smiles for her mama. All right, so this is a tuck spot. It is a pretty large pocket, so you could, of course, enter it from either way. I gotta remember to just glue it down here. Across the bottom. I told you I can't drive a straight line of glue, just like I can't cut straight. I hope I can stay in camera while I'm doing this. I will put this almost to the bottom of the page, so I'm hoping to put some of the larger journaling tags in here, journal cards in here. Oh dear. Get it straight. I better put my glasses on. My eye is still swollen up. I look like I got hit in the eye. And all it was, as far as I know, was just a simple little eyelash. I'm sure that's happened to one of you before. It's very irritating and can be very painful. I'm really liking this style of pocket. I really and truly am. And this goes kind of good here with the pardon me. I'm back, so sorry about that. My daughter was squealing, and it set my dogs off barking because the baby rolled over for the first time today, so that's a milestone. Okay, so let's try this again. So I totally lost my train of thought. I had no idea what I was saying. But I may have been saying about having my eye, for one thing, and having to start this video over several times. But I was okay with stopping and putting it aside. I've said that, and I'll always say it. I'll do whatever I can needs to be done to help them out and to spend time with her. I mean, she's the most precious thing about our lives. Okay, so some of these are, like I said, are pieces from the fussy cut kit that I have been using. So this is the tuck spot. Maybe I'll put it on here. So this is Monday evening for me. I certainly hope that you've had a wonderful day. You'll watch this tomorrow, or it'll go up so you can watch it tomorrow if you so choose. I mean, that's the nice thing about YouTube. You know, you can watch what you want to watch pretty much when you want to watch it. Okay, maybe I better put something back here. Just so I don't put everything in the front, right? I mean, I don't think I would do that, not purposely, but it could have happened to me before on a journal. I just started working from the front back. This is kind of my take on things, and sure enough, I ended up out of alignment. Some things had more in the front than they had in the back. Which, you know, I guess in the long run doesn't make a lot of difference, except all the oh dear. Oh, sorry. So sorry about that. Some evenings when he comes up here, he's real good. But my daughter had just gotten home from work a little while ago, and she was spending some time with the baby. She must be down in the living room. Usually she's in her room. And because the baby rolled over, everybody was squealing. I'm so happy that she did that, because she's been on the verge of it for several days. Well, more than several days. And she finally did it. She's a little rock star. So anyway, I think I was saying something about, you know, I'm trying to get out of that habit of just working from front to back, and, you know, where things get put is where they get put. But it's better to kind of even them out so that you don't have more bulk on either the front or the back of the journal. And I'm not sure now this page I probably will not decorate. This is one of the Franken papers that we made, and I put into this, I put one in this journal. Oh, where's my paper, my weight, my book weight. So this just needs to be inked. This is another kit, another piece from the Fussy kit that really was totally separate than the any journal pages that I used. I do like to keep things out of the center of the journal, you know, the seam, as much as possible. If you watched my video that went up today with journaling with fabric and doing it in black and white, because I do plan on using that when I make the black and white journal, which I'm kind of hoping will be the next journal I make, because I really want to get going on it. I think I have a couple of really good ideas for it. Okay. But we'll need to wait and see. And like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do with some of these other papers. If I'll decorate them. Usually I try to do that. Put some sort of something on them. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so silent. I know I'm not, I've had a few days of that now, not at my best, and I apologize to you all. And as far as myself is concerned, I don't like to come on here and complain or really talk about what's going on with me. But if you could see me, this eye is kind of an elephant in the room. Thank goodness you can't see it. But yeah, I don't like to come on and be off. And I was gonna wait and not make a video, but I said, oh, just go ahead and do it. You need to get this journal finished. You know, I don't want it to take a month of Sundays to do it. Now the front and the back are not necessarily getting the same pocket, like one in the front, one in the back, but I'm really okay with that. I really am. And this pocket here is not even getting a thumb pull or whatever you call them, whatever the best word for them is. Because I didn't want to punch it right there. I think you'd be able to tell it's a pocket just because, You know, it's a totally different print. All right, now we're gonna see after this next one what I have left. I probably will try to put some lace along the bottom of some of these. Okay, now. So we got that chair for the baby that it's not the bumbo chair, but it's very similar to that. It's just this one, I think the back gives them a little bit more support for their spine, especially if they're not yet quite sitting up all the way on their own. And it also has a wider, more supportive place for their legs to go. So that's why my daughter decided on that one. And she does seem to like it. I mean, she gets bored after a while. And I don't have that many toys up here that she can actually play with. She just seems to be moving along so quickly that it's kind of takes her breath away. Okay, now I think I do have some pieces here that need a spot of their own. This will go back into the I need to add beads on here, but I'll add the beads onto this when I add the beads onto the bottom. This can go back in the belly band that we just put in. If I can find her. There she is. She should be pretty dry by now. So there, that looks nice on there. But I'm sure, where's my flipperoo, I have some journal cards in here and tags. I do want to make an envelope so I can put leftover ephemera in. Okay, so this is going to go in here because this I'm just going to glue down to a page. This little waterfall. This was the world's easiest. Oh, this is going to be a pocket. That's why. Well, I forgot. My goodness, Maggie. So what have we got available here? That's why I like to put the decorative paper in. I used to use just cardstock. In the very beginning, I used construction paper, which was all right, but that's what I had, so that's what I used. But I got to where I really didn't care for that. And now I just print them out on my computer with, you know, lightweight to medium weight cardstock. And I print different patterns that will go with the journal, okay? And then use them for the pages that I want to add. you know, things in things in, and this is going to be a tuck spot, so maybe I want to go like this. I forgot all about you, you poor little thing. Oh my goodness, how could I do that? What did I think I was going to do with you? I don't know. So I think I like this better on this page. I'm going to take it kind of over to the... So yeah, this was just very, very easy to make. You didn't have to really measure your, measure your paper out to get your little area where you paste your cards to. Although when I made this, I said I really do rather like the waterfalls with the mechanism. But they can be bulky, depending on what you make them from. So this is nice and flat, and also can serve as a tuck spot. I gotta let that dry. All right, now do I have anything else that needs to be glued to a page? This can go in a pocket. Pocket. A trifold can go into a pocket. These are all tags. There's some little tags. Go into a pocket. These are just some journal cards. Okay, so this, I'm gonna go ahead and put these things in the pockets. We haven't been on all that long. Although I think I would rather wait and put my, and make a writing board. I think that's what I'll do instead. I probably will make an envelope from one of the papers that can go on one of these smaller pieces of paper to put extra ephemera in. I've been trying to do that when I'm finished with the journal. If I have leftover pieces, I try to take and put them in that envelope. So whoever gets that journal can kind of do, maybe they can do some decorating on it, especially the pages that they write on. Some of these I printed double. Not happy with myself for that. Okay, this is a rather pretty one for the writing board. I don't think this is in the journal. I had to pick and choose some things to pull out. And I have my chipboard up here. And again, this chipboard is just from a box of canned cat food. It works out really well. But I usually do put two pieces together. And that might not be necessary really, but I like my writing boards to be firm enough that you can put anywhere in the journal and behind any page and still write without trying to write, you know, sideways or some way to say what you want to say. So I'm going to continue that way. I'm just going to set the journal aside for a little bit. But see, you can see how nice this is laying. Even with all the pages that are in this signature, I'm quite happy with it, actually. And I don't think I need to be afraid of adding, rather than make two signatures, of just making one nice fat journal. It might not be the really accepted way or in general, but I like it. So that's the way, you know, gotta do you. I gotta do me. Now, one of the things I would like to do, I'd like to branch out a little bit more, and my covers, how I make my covers, I'd like to be a little bit more what's the word I want to use? I want to use some other elements that I generally don't use, you know, like the packaging from Amazon that I use for that, my idea book. And I used to make all my journals with file folders, you know, go back to using some of those. Or boxes. I've never made one from a box, and I have one small box. It's probably a 6 by 8 maybe. That I think even the spine would be perfect to make into a smaller journal. But I need to get out of my comfort zone, you know, and do some other things. And I know I can trial and error until I'm happy with it. So now, all I'm going to do is, I may just actually cut these out, cut them down. I think the image well, let me cut it down first and decide what I want to do. But I usually wrap it, but I don't know how that would look with this. I mean, wrapping it is easier. Maybe that's what I will do, and then just trim the excess away. So try to get this straight. Well, my son-in-law made the best meatballs and spaghetti last night for dinner. The meatballs were really good, and so was the sauce. He's quite a good cook, my son-in-law. And so today he got some buns, like hoagie buns, to put some meatballs in and have a sandwich, and it was very, very good. I know I enjoyed mine a lot. See, now this image, when these papers printed out, we're supposed to print out so that this here kind of postage stamp looking border should have come out here a little bit farther and all the way up on both sides. But because for some reason my printer prints things bigger than they need to be, it gets left off the page. Now, my daughter suggested it was because of the resolution of the pictures, and that does make sense to me, but there's no way that I've found, and there probably is a way, but I just don't know it yet or haven't found it, to take care of that, you know, and to make the resolution, to bring the resolution down when I print it. So because of that, so I'm thinking that maybe just above or below that line. So I wish there was a way to change the resolution, but there apparently is not a way. So this happens, and sometimes when it's you know, images and it's printing some of the images too large, and you know, right off the page, and it's so wasteful because not only are you kind of deprived of all of the image, but you may be ruining what you need. So if anybody knows how to fix that, I would gladly welcome that information with open arms. Like any constructive criticism, same thing. I wish I knew a way to fix it. And maybe at some point I'll figure it out. But if anybody knows, please share that with me. I think that's pretty good. I'm going to put washi tape on here. But I do need to take some off of the edge. So I'm going to fold this back the other way. Today, or this morning, well earlier this morning, I was watching a video of some, they didn't show how you made them, but I think they're pretty self-explanatory. Some really cute pieces of interactive ephemera, and they did look pretty easy. So I'm going to watch that video again, and then I'm going to make some. Definitely going to make some for my idea book, and then if they turn out all right and I like them, then I will come up and show them to you. I'll share them with you. But I've got to do a trial run first, because I do not want to waste your time that way. If I don't even know how to do it. All right, so I'm going to grab some washi tape and wrap around the edges. Oh, sorry for the groan. Right here, I guess I can bring this over to the light. It's kind of dark on that side of the room. I could use this pink. A lot of these rolls don't really have a lot of washi tape on them, and it kind of makes me a little crazy when it runs out before I'm actually done. But hopefully this one will work. Hopefully. I think this is a new roll, but if you can see, it actually doesn't have a lot of washi tape on the roll. And you know, I should probably put a little bead of glue under this washi tape. Maybe I will the other pieces. Because as we all know, washi tape can either stick halfway decent or not well at all. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright, I know I'm silent again. I could just glue these on here, and usually I do. I'm not sure why I didn't, because I usually do glue these down, these papers down on the chipboard. But maybe with this glue on the washi tape that will be enough. Hopefully. Hopefully. There's a lot of cars in the European countries that are citrons. And that's what some of these pictures look like. And when my girls were younger, my husband and I had the opportunity to go to Germany. And him, my husband, my brother, and my brother-in-law, we all went to Germany together, the four of us, because they had it in their heads that they were going to buy gray market Mercedes. But that turned out to be not to really be what they wanted to do in the end. So, but we did end up buying, we went to the Citroen dealer, and we ended up buying a brand new Citroen. And don't you know, that was going to be my car that I drove back and forth to the hospital. I was working as an LVN at the time in the pediatric department of our local hospital. So we brought this Citroen. We went on about our business. We were in Germany a couple of weeks anyway. And the fellow that my husband had met in the United States that encouraged us to go over there to buy these gray market cars was kind of our tour guide. And we got to go to several places in Germany. We didn't really visit any tourist attractions or anything, or things that draw tourists. We went to Frankfurt and rode the train, and we went to I can't think of the name of the town now, but it was a shipping town, you know, right on the bay where the ships come in and out, and did some souvenir shopping there. But we had a lot of fun. And the funny part was that we we were told just to go to the airport and wait for standby, and we thought, how in the world are we going to get tickets to go to Germany, you know? Well, you're not going to believe this, but it's true. We waited, and when they finally asked for people, we put ourselves on the standby list, they finally asked for people. Do you know we only paid $199 for each of us round-trip tickets to Frankfurt, Germany, and back? And it so happened that and this was a bus full of tourists that had purchased their tickets to go specifically on this airplane at this particular time as a group of tourists. And I was told that they paid, well, back then it was a lot of more, it was more money than it is now, but it's still, you know, it was at least $3,000. And the director, this gentleman, told us, now don't tell anybody on this plane that that's what you got those tickets for. $199 round trip. So off we went on our adventure. You remember me telling you, if you've watched my videos, that my husband and I went on a lot of adventures. Well, this was one of them. This was definitely getting to Europe on a budget. We stayed in this lovely I don't even know if it was Airbnb at that time. It must not have been Airbnb, but it was more like a small hotel. Very pleasant, very clean. We ate breakfast there in the mornings, and we had breakfast in the mornings, and it was very, very nice. We enjoyed it. So, but the tour guide, the gentleman that had arranged everything and then sold us these tickets, I don't know if he meant to sell them to us for that price. I don't know really how that happened. I probably did at the time, but he had told us not to let anybody know. He also said the problem was going to be, because we weren't actually booked, that we were going to have to wait until he knew there was a flight going back that would have seats for us, and that he would call us when that occurred. And he did. He sure enough did. After several days, he called and said, all right, you'll be on flight whatever on this day at this time. So we were all at the airport waiting for him, or all at the airport, yeah, waiting to board this plane. We had purchased, actually, we purchased one, and my brother-in-law purchased one. They kind of look like Volkswagens in a way, the Citroen. And this just looks to me like this is what some of these cars are. But yeah, it was several weeks before it arrived at the port. It came to the port in Buffalo. And so we drove to Buffalo and picked up our cars and thought we had the world by. I mean, we didn't pay much for the car at all. It was brand new, right off the assembly line, and we paid. You know, I don't even want to hazard a guess. It was very cheap. But when we got it home and I started driving that car, it was like a tin can, literally like a tin can. There was no protection. The windows didn't roll up, they flapped up and down. And after driving it to work a couple of times, because I had several miles, we lived kind of out in the country, and the hospital was more downtown. Now, I'm not talking 50 miles or anything, but a lot of it was country road, or less traveled road. And I finally told my husband, and he agreed, I do not feel safe driving this car. And we had planned on kind of saving it for our oldest daughter when she started driving. Thank goodness we didn't, because when she started driving, she was not the best of drivers and got into more than one little scrapes, she would have probably killed herself in that Citroen. So I'm glad that we sold it and passed it on to somebody else, but it was as cute of a little car as you can imagine. It was a black and maroon color and so cute. But I told my husband, no, I can't drive this back and forth to work. It's not safe. Okay, so now all we had to start doing is putting stuff in the pockets, and I guess I could go ahead and put the tags in now. I'm going to put, what did I do with it? I'm going to put this, this isn't it. This is navy blue. When I pulled it out of the bin, I thought it was black, but it's not. But I do have some navy blue. It's not even this one. It's this one. I'm going to put this down the spine. Oh, like so. Then I'm going to use this, unless I can find some black grosgrain ribbon, I'm going to use this kind of, oops, there goes all my washi tape. Oh no, my dog jumped, he didn't know what to do. I'm going to use this, you can see through it, chiffon ribbon to do the tie, and I'll just bring it around under my topper and under the lace, and then it will go on the other side and tie in a bow. So that's what I'm planning for that. Where did my pen go? I think I'm going to save this pen for, so I'll put that over here with some of this other lace. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in our back pocket. Fits nicely in there, and start putting these tags in. And this tag needs a topper, but I can come back and add that. This one can go here. Over there. I think I'll be glad to turn in tonight. I really do. I need to tack that down with some more glue. This is our tag that a journaling, I'm going to put it in the back side. A journaling spot will go into. A hidden or a secret, whatever. However you want it to be. whatever you want to call it. I call it a fun tag that's easy to make. And it has a bit of that interactive element to it. Okay, where's that other tuck spot? I really want this to, well, I guess it doesn't matter which way it opens. I'll just put it in here, I guess. I will put some paper in here. I hope it didn't close up on me. No. I'll put some paper and a little journaling card in there and also a topper. We're going to put you right in there. That one's got a tag. A tag. Oh, that's a little journaling card. Okay, so these are all smaller tags. Some of these have been decorated. This is a journaling spot. I'll come back and add these and see if I want to decorate anymore. I'm not going to add these other pieces in just yet. We'll save that. And I am going to, without further ado, well, just maybe a little bit longer. I'll just show you what we've done so far. I hope you can see it. We've got a tag here. It needs a topper on it. Got a tuck spot here with a tag. Here's my Marie Antoinette tag. Tag here. Tuck spot. Oh, that's really where I want. What did I do with that? I think I'll switch these. There's a tag. This could use something on it. We'll see. And this is a tuck spot. Oh, here's some pictures. Tag. That goes rather nice on this page, I think. Same for this one. These are unplanned. I love the Franken paper. I do want to make more of this. My belly band probably needs ribbon or something on here with our little easy to make folio on here. the writing board. Alrighty, all right. So that's it for tonight. Tomorrow's video, well, this will be tomorrow's video. And then Wednesday, I hope to do a page of my glue book. So yeah, that fattened it up a little bit, putting these tags and pockets in there. So we'll see what happens when we add the rest of our stuff and drilling cards. So anyway, thank you for watching. I do hope you'll subscribe. All you who have, I do appreciate it. And I do have some new subscribers, and I'll give them a shout out and send them a digital hug on the next video. And God bless and enjoy your day or evening whenever you happen to be watching this. And I will see you on the next one. So bye. Goodbye, everybody.